My name is Dan Komanek, and I've been working with Andrew with lessons for about 9 months. I've not had a professional instructor in the past. I played with people who were better than I was, but never had professional instruction. So I played alone a lot. Well, ironically, my wife actually got an email from Andrew, and I think she was so tired of hearing me complain about how bored I was that she immediately brought that to my attention and made the call and met with Andrew, and that's how it started. The frustrations that I experienced in my playing were I was not exposed to anything new. I was trying to learn music, learn to play on my own. It often was challenging, and I just abandoned it, which didn't make me any less frustrated. And I finally decided that if I was going to proceed as a musician, I needed to get a professional instructor, and that's what led me to start out and start taking lessons. The biggest thing that held me back in playing before was I was always looking for the next step. I tried music books, I tried YouTube videos. None of it worked because there was never any feedback, and there was never a point where I could, somebody could look and say, well, this is a step you're missing. And with Andrew now, I get that. I mean, he can look at what I'm doing and say, well, this would be easier to do that, and why don't you try this? And that's made a huge difference. My feelings towards practice have changed greatly, primarily because I learned to practice. I thought I knew how to practice before. I didn't know how to practice. Now we have very targeted, I wouldn't say targeted, it's not like this is regimented, but there are things that are specifically suggested that make a great deal of difference. And I can, perfect something or get much, much better in a short time just by very targeted practice. Yeah, there's a number of things that Andrew guided me through that help learn things. In the past, trying to learn a song or you're trying to learn how to play something and you just blast through the whole thing and you stumble all over it. Breaking that down into much smaller pieces and perfecting those pieces before you move on and then eventually join that up into the whole has made a tremendous amount of difference. And you learn things so much more quickly by slowing down and getting it to the point where it's good before you bite off the next chunk. My confidence level has changed since I started taking lessons with Andrew. When I first started, the biggest instruction I got from him was play louder. You're like a quiet little mouse. And now I'm probably fairly obnoxious because, and the other thing, this is a very relaxed atmosphere. And one of the things Andrew always said was, if you're going to make a mistake, make a mistake. Don't mess around with it. Just knock it out there. And it's been very easy. It's it's an easy format. It's an easy, system to work with, and it's been pretty easy. It's been very enjoyable. My favorite part about the lessons is that it's always challenging. It's always different, and you're never going to get bored. Because as soon as you think you've got something nailed down, he will give you something else that is going to challenge you all over again. So you've constantly got different parts of guitar playing that you're practicing, and he explains it very well. And then you go at it, and he gently instructs you along the way, and it's always challenging and always rewarding. The challenge makes me feel, as the process goes along and I get more challenged, it never makes you feel discouraged. It makes you feel just the opposite, actually. Encouraged, because it gives you another look at what could be. And things that you'd never even thought of before. And, it comes along and, you're challenged in the beginning and then you start getting success, and that just motivates you for more challenges. So put in the work. I mean, he can give you all kinds of things that you can do. And he can teach you really cool things, but if you don't put in the work, you're cheating yourself. I mean, he can't practice for you. So it's very important that you come at this with the right attitude. And I think the way the class is set up, and I think the way that things go, it's very motivating all on its own. I've never felt like anything I was doing was a chore, because you could see a reason for every bit of it. And then in a very short time, you see some real gains. It makes it all worthwhile. If you're considering taking lessons with Andrew, but you're not certain, I think you just need to answer one question. Do you want to get better, or do you want to keep struggling along the way you are right now? You know, a year from now, you're going to be a year older, but are you going to be a year better? And he can make you a year better. So what do you have to lose? If you're considering taking lessons, I highly recommend Andrew from my experience. And I think you're going to find that, you know, some people think that, oh, I'm going to commit to, you know, a day a week, couple days a week, 3 times a week, whatever you're going to commit to. But you're going to find that, you know, as you make progress, you're going to continue to look forward to that. And it's never going to be, you know, it's never going to be something you have to drag yourself to. You're going to really enjoy going, and you've never seen an hour go by so fast in your life. You can't believe you start and it, you know, an hour's gone by, you know, until you look back and see what it is that you've actually done for that hour. So, you know, don't wait. It's been super fun. I mean, you know, I know I'm a lot better than I was 9 months ago by leaps and bounds, and a lot of stuff we just haven't, you know, I never even thought about that. You know, the rhythm training and stuff like that. It's not something I ever even thought about.